Previously in X-Men, the Techno Demon Nastier has been defeated, but the Goblin Queen reigns supreme as both the X-Men and X-Factor seem to be at her mercy. Well, New York has become a living hell. I am Jason Lapidus.
I'm Chris Sanigan.
And we are Group of 7 Comics. Welcome to episode 182 of our ongoing live stream read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic, as we read Uncanny X-Men 243 by Chris Claremont, Marc Silvestri, and Hilary Barta. Cover date of April 1989. Chris, how are you?
I'm good. Doing well. How you doing?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I'm under the weather, but everything is good.
Okay.
Right? Everything is good.
Like a cold?
Like a cold. Just like that. So if I have to put on mute and you hear and you see me hacking or whatever, that's all that's going on over here. But everything is good. I know that in our family lives, your kids start school tomorrow.
They do.
My kids in reality start school tomorrow. Today was a orientation day for the grade 9s at the new school.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, let's hopefully all four of your two and my two have great starts to the new year at school tomorrow, and everyone else out there whose kids are just starting school, or maybe for our friends in the States whose kids have already been in school for a little while. Hope everyone's having a good time. And of course, hello to Michael, and hello to Allie, and all you awesome nerds out there. Hope everyone's good. Last when you and I saw each other was at Fan Expo Canada.
Yes.
A week and 2 days ago, or whatever it was. Week and a few days back. That was quite an experience. Do you have any highlights or anything you wanted to?
Not really. I mean, it was
an expo experience.
Not really. I mean, for those, I know we've chatted about it before. It's Canada's largest celebration of fandom show and such con. So it's busy. It's busy. They pack in 250,000 people to over 4 days to a convention center in downtown Toronto, and it's busy. So we were there. I was there Thursday and Friday. You were there as well, and then in addition, the Saturday and the Sunday. It's always interesting to see, like, Thursday is like the quiet day, and yet it's still pretty busy, and Friday gets busier.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining Saturday was it always seems to be the busiest in terms of attendance. Is that what you experienced this year?
It's hard to tell. We were in such a strange spot,
right?
That the flow of people, the masses, moved through, but there was breadth, like there was some space for them there. So it was hard to tell how dense it was everywhere else unless you tried to move anywhere in the building, which I did not try to do.
Right.
Also, our sales peaked Friday afternoon. Like that was we did good numbers, really good numbers by Friday afternoon. And then Saturday was a little less, and Sunday, I was up and engaging and all that stuff, but it was like didn't compare to Friday afternoon. That was something.
Yeah, we had about a 4-hour stretch there where it was like, sales. Great.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice.
Absolutely.
It was nice. But it was a fun time had by all. We were really lucky. We were in a great little spot with our friends, with other independent comic book creators. And it was neat to see people excited to see their new books and get excited to meet those guys. And that was very cool. So happy to like add to the synergy of positivity with everybody and have some good laughs with the other guys there. So that was nice. It was a nice time. Just some X-Men talk. Yeah, I got to meet Arthur Adams again, which was
okay.
Awesome. And picked up his new sketchbook, which is beautiful. And I found out why Skeeter keeps being on the covers of all those Art Adams sketchbooks. Okay. So Skeeter, I know Skeeter, not personally.
No,
the character of Skeeter is a vampire. Spoilers from 1988 or whatever it was. Action Comics Annual #1. and he is this swamp inhabiting little shack in a swamp inhabiting. Isn't there like a trope word for what she is? Like, I don't want to call her just a Daisy Dukes because that's just her clothing. But either way,
Sure.
she looks like basically a young woman in Daisy Duke clothes, seems to be completely illiterate too, like backwoods, uneducated, kind of like been sheltered in a cabin in the woods her whole life. Anyway, Batman Superman. Long story short, she keeps showing up on the cover of every time he does these sketchbooks, and so I was talking to Art Adams, like his assistant or whoever was handling him, and he was like, "Yeah, it's because that's the character that he owns. That's why it's on the cover of the book."
Oh,
Because
Skeeter's his.
then there are no Daisy May. Is that what it's called? Michael's saying, I don't know, but I figure there was a way to express the trope that she was playing there. Anyway, so it's to avoid any publisher entanglements through how you sell your sketchbook. So since he co-created that character with John Byrne, who wrote that issue, that's why she's on the cover. Anyway,
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and he's such a big part of this channel in a way. The episodes that are Art Adams focused, like way more people watch them. So it's always neat to have a moment to engage with him. But he was busy drawing and seems awesome as usual. Great. I also got a chance to talk to Michael Golden, as I think I mentioned to you on.
You Friday. Mentioned that to me, yeah.
Michael Golden has drawn some of the best X-Men comics ever, and he's a childhood favorite of mine. G.I. Joe Yearbook #2, the Nom, his the series he drew. Incredible artist. He does not come across as a fan of fan culture.
Okay.
He doesn't also come across as a fan of fans.
Okay.
He seems to really like Michael Golden, and is more than happy to charge you $75 to $100 for a signature on an artist edition. So, I didn't get anything signed by Michael Golden.
Long story short,
if I don't at a convention, I'm not going to go out of my way to see his table. There was nothing there really. There was no art being displayed. Nothing cool. Yeah, I'm save my time talking to other people. There you go. Anyway.
Cash only?
Honestly, I didn't even get that far. It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't seem like he was appealing, and nobody was at his table. But Jason Aaron was there. Like Jason Aaron's an amazing writer. Yeah. It was cool to see him there. Jeff Loeb, one of your favorite writers.
Yeah.
He was there and had a big crowd. It was neat. So neat to see some famous people. But I picked up The Demon #1, a comic book I've been chasing for about a year or two.
Cool.
Yeah. There, that's about it. Okay. Thanks.
I did pick up the I've been looking at the Paul Smith run on Doctor Strange, which he does immediately after the X-Men run with the Hellfire Club and some of that back in the 170s and 160s of Uncanny, and he does 6 or 7 issues with Doctor Strange.
I saw you posted on your socials.
Those figures. How was it? I mean, the stories are interesting. But the figures are beautiful. Like they're just, he's got some pretty cool, and they're all like, and it's neat too because it's different. Like instead of mutants, it's magic, right? For the content of the story. So it's kind of cool to see him have a go at like wizardy type things, Yeah. And he draws the Black Knight in one of them. He draws a bunch of other Marvel characters that show up. And they're all a bunch. I think they're all loosely connected. There's an arc that goes through all 7 or 8 loosely. The last 3 are clearly like a part 1, 2, and 3. But there's like the lead up before them. That's like kind of like villain of the week or adventure of the month, magic problem to solve of the month.
Right.
So they call in Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, I remember you showed me that cover or a couple of them, and it was neat seeing. I like the idea of him having I think with all the superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
when they're solo characters, when they have a small entourage of supporting characters that can do something they can't do.
Yeah.
So it's, whether it's Batman, Robin, and Alfred, or whatever the combination. Yeah, having Black Knight as like a character in his
Yeah.
gaggle, he's got Wong, he's got Clea, and
Yeah.
like in throwing Black Knight, it's like maybe you get some different expertise from everybody. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm down.
Fun to track down. Now I got to figure out something else to track down. There's always something, but now
Have you not thought about?
I haven't really. I mean, there's a few X-Men issues that I still have my eye on, based on our show. Paul Smith was the next one. So in both cases, someone had recommended. Someone said to me, "Hey, you like Daredevil? You might like the Nascenti run in the '80s," and that was the first when I started collecting, and then I acquired that. And then with Paul Smith, it was, I think, when we were doing the show, and it might have been our buddy Dave Pretorius said, "Oh, if you like this, check out his stuff on Doctor Strange." Right. And so I did. So they've always come as recommendations. So I'm just going to put it out there, let the world be serendipitous with me, and that'll be the thing.
Okay, I hear you, man.
Yeah,
that sounds cool. I'll go back to, I don't want the full screen though. Sorry for the full screen. So today on the show, I want to see if, I've been asking this all along. Let's come to a conclusion today, whether there's any substance in here, or is Inferno just smoke? Are they just blowing smoke? Are they killing time? Are they filling their quota of pages. Comics per month, filling the quota of pages and more, and just selling comics, or is there anything here? So I'm asking the question, and we'll see if we can come to an answer by the end. But I think everyone who's been following along knows which way I'm leaning. So we shall see. But before, okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, well, and the things, maybe it's just what you're going to say, but before we get to this issue, there's a whole other X Factor issue.
True.
In between our last X-Men show and this X-Men show, 242, 243,
we'll get there.
X Factor, which continues the story. And then after 243, there's another X Factor issue, which concludes the story.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. I have them all here. Those are the ones I owned as a kid. But before we get to all that,
sure,
of course, click like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everyone who's been subscribing. We're just about a 550 now. We really jumped, obviously, the last one.
Hey, right on.
It's been great. So thank you, everyone. Continue doing what you're doing, and let us know what you want us to do next, or if there's other things you want to have us throw into the conversation. You and I had a good talk about what we're going to do after X-Men, if there is something after X-Men. Mm-hmm. And we talked about one, not the one with Nigel, which I would love to do, but we talked about another one that kind of came up, I think, between you and I. And it involved, I don't want to say out loud, but the more I think about it, I think that's the best idea so far. If you remember.
I don't know if I do.
Okay.
No, wait. Is it a certain? No. I think I remember now.
Is it a certain?
Is this? Were we talking with another comics creator about this?
I'm probably
a guy.
Probably. And there are like 20 action figures of that character around this room.
Right. Yeah.
Most of them are over there. You can't see from a particular pair of movies.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I think that might be. Anyway, this is like an insider talk. We'll talk after.
Inside baseball. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you want to support the channel? You can find our graphic novels on our website. Group of7comics.ca is our site. There you can find both Group of Seven, A Most Secret Tale, and Peregrine's Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, written by Chris Sanigan, illustrated by yours truly, and it really goes a long way to helping us continue to make comics and do things like this. So you can find them there. They're both digital and in print, and fun time for all. Moving on. Hey, man. We were at Fan Expo, like I said. I'm headed to Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd be saying that in my life, just not because of anything bad about Newfoundland. I just never knew I'd have the chance to go. Sometimes you got to manifest stuff your own way. I'm leaving on Friday, headed to St. John's, Newfoundland, for the St. John's Comic Arts Festival. It's a free event. in the city. It's going to be gorgeous. The weather looks great. And it's a place full of really nice people and a new comics community to get to know. So I'm looking forward to that.
And that's that's the first, the inaugural.
It is. 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago, you and I were in France, and we were talking to Georgia Weber, a cartoonist who was there, and she said, "Hey, I'm going to put together St. John's one. You all should come." And we're all like, "Yeah, that sounds really good." Totally. And in my head, I'm like, "Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go." And luckily, I just made it happen and didn't ask permission, and I'm just going. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, if you're in the area or want to have an interesting weekend, want to fly up to St. John's, Newfoundland, gorgeous place to go. Really gorgeous destination, and can't wait to see all the comics creators that are there. And again, know the community, get to know the community a bit. Scott Chandler is going guest to the show. Scott Chandler,
that's right,
and that should be really cool.
Anybody else aside from the guys we know? Like there's a couple of great Newfoundland comics guys we got to know. You mentioned Georgia, Paul Tucker, Mike Feehan. Paul's done stuff for Image. Mike just did a recent art run on Star Trek. Anyone else? I don't know if and Scott, you mentioned of the show, but I wasn't sure if there was anybody else that we were familiar with.
I have not really been keeping close track. Truthfully, I've been busy with other things.
Yeah.
But none that jump out.
Okay.
Cool. There are other creators whose names I've recognized.
Okay.
So local people, even I reckon from Toronto, I recognize.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see the local St. John scene too.
Totally. Right? I want to see what comics they're making.
Yeah. I guess Andrew will be there. We know Andrew.
Yeah, I'm going to see Andrew on Friday.
Black Panel Press.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
Then on September 13th, the Guelph Comics Jam at the Dragon. And I'm looking forward to that. It's a one we usually do every year. Mm-hmm. And one of the best comic stores in Toronto. Sorry, best comic stores in Guelph. Best comic stores in Canada, you could argue. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, looking forward to that one. It'll be another free event. And a slew of, like a murderer's row of local talent are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many to mention. You should check out their list. It's insane. Who's coming to the Guelph Comics Jam, including this guy. And in the morning, maybe a little.
In the morning, maybe. I mean, it is around the corner from my house. Before I go into Toronto, watch my beloved Jays continue their assault on the American League standings.
Beautiful.
We'll see how that goes.
Go ahead.
So no, okay, I got it wrong. No, I was thinking one of the artists they're bringing in for this show is like a recent immigrant from the UK who's now living in Ontario. And I thought that Jimmy McAllister is his name. And I was like, I thought he did X-Men comics, but it was Avengers. He did Young Avengers. I got that wrong. And The Wicked and the Divine, I think, is his. There's a few other titles that stick out. But he moved from Scotland, from Edinburgh to Peterborough, Ontario, which is probably about a couple hours away from here. So.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Looking forward to meeting him. And then, of course, end of the month, Word on the Street, Canada's largest outdoor book party, will be there on the 27th and 28th. Another free event. Beautiful to do these free events. I love it.
Yeah.
Accessible to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Oh, yeah. I started a second show. I think I'm about 7 or 8 episodes in. Last episode I aired on Saturday. It's called Leveling Up. And every week I look at a new comic to see what I can learn to improve my practice toward mastery of the form of comics making. Check it out. It's a good show. Short and sweet. That's next week. Excuse me. Here we go.
Next week.
Oh, so
there's a next week?
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after. Before we get into this one, there's this one.
Yeah, right. Which I've
and after that one, there's that one.
Right.
And this is the actual end, I think, of Inferno.
It is.
So I read through this one a few times
in
life. Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
It's interesting how they're colored differently in those two versions.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But with this, I read through it again a couple times today to try and distill it into its key components.
Yeah, which come
figure out what we can talk about in a way that is meaningful I mentioned last episode that Al Milgrom is the inker over Walt Simonson, which is maybe one of my least favorite people to ink over Walt Simonson. A lot of his fine line disappears in Al's quick brush. And I do see some lines that look like Simonson lines. So maybe they are inking in tandem, like passing pages back and forth. I don't know. I bet you this was done real quick because it is a big issue, a lot to cover. And Louise Simonson on writing does something really, really great at the beginning. Top of the first page, she writes a passage that says, Madeline Pryor's loss of identity and smoldering hatred made her easy prey for the techno-demon Nastier. She accepted his offer of power and became the Goblin Queen. Like, all right. Like, I kind of needed that. So, you know, she's become vulnerable through, you know, factors in her life, has become vulnerable to, like, an assault on her mind through magic.
Right.
And mind and body. And it kind of like, I found that just being able to put that in 2 sentences really helped me contextualize the kind of craziness, the back and forth craziness about what her motivation is, why she's doing all this. There are a lot of words in this issue, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of it is just jibber jabber.
Yeah.
Like every character kind of gets their chance to monologue a little bit or have a scene where they kind of just express themselves in weird not pratfalls, but like just buffoonery, like this like fighting that between the 2 teams of X Factor and X-Men. They just keep like bumping into each other and then fighting each other and yelling at each other without the plot actually moving forward. So it feels like it's a lot of a little kid saying, and then this, and then that, and then this, and then that, but they don't actually move the story. So basically what's happening is Madeline is holding everyone at bay and holding everyone hostage. She's got Jean tied up. And the part I think to me that was important, and feel free to express what you thought was important after I guess I'd finished rambling here, was that there is a moment where Jean and the Goblin Queen have it out, like verbally and emotionally have it out and make a bond and share like what's really been going on inside of both characters to get them to this point. So after a lot of like throwing each other around and other characters on the 2 teams fighting each other and Angel turning into an ugly version of Angel, they retell like Madeline's journey as she kind of recounts what the connection is between the Phoenix Force and the moment the Phoenix Force like touches Jean's capsule at the bottom of the ocean and Jean dying, and then how that turns on something in Madeline too as she's kind of born,
activated, I guess.
Yeah, there's like a primal spark between these 2 people, and they have like a good kind of conversation where they hash out some of it, and it basically comes to this idea that Madeline has gone too far. Like she's gone too far into the hatred, to the dark side of all of this, and she's lost too much, and she's too scarred, and she's been poisoning the X-Men with false news about who X Factor was, which seems like a retcon, by the way.
Yeah, that seems way too convenient.
It's a good retcon. Like it should have been in there from the beginning that Madeline was misinforming them as to what was going on. Meanwhile, there's a force field up the whole time. But again, the 2 women kind of make their bond and have their fire going back and forth, and eventually Marvel Girl Jean Grey actually uses the Phoenix Force and takes over. Like she channels a spark within her and kind of ends it all. And it looks to me like at the end the city's reverted back to normal. Goblin Queen might be dead. Cyclops has his baby.
Yeah.
And it's like she's just a tragic figure, the Goblin Queen, who really never got a fair chance. Is sort of the way it's looking.
I think she kind of takes her own, like it looks like she does. She takes her own life in a way.
Right. And that's where it looks like it ends.
That's where
we're now saying we got to go after Sinister.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of back and forth to get to that kind of climax. It felt like it didn't need to be a double issue. It didn't need any of that.
No, and there's some Alex and Scott throwdown stuff because
would you talk to that for a minute while I just have a drink?
Sure. I mean, there's a bit of that confrontation between the brothers over Scott's treatment of Madeline, and Alex having a relationship with Madeline, and all the summer stuff comes to the surface a little bit. And we also learn, or we previously learned, they can't hurt each other with their power sets. They can only like literally duke it out. Like there are a couple of brothers in the basement, which I think is kind of a fun thing, truthfully. You can't. So they have like this, and it kind of does set it up for what I hope would be if I was coming to this, and not knowing what the future would be like. Well, great, have a couple of teams and have them have a couple of brothers who don't actually quite like each other because of what's happened in the past, right? And Alex carrying a big chip on his shoulder because of a whole bunch of stuff. So it's kind of like where we get a little bit of that. We get a little bit of that familial confrontation,
right?
Conflict,
and everything else feels like just complete fluff.
Yeah, there's. What I'll say this, and again, now because our characters, we've been with the particular team, the X-Men, for when we have longer periods of time with the older X-Men like Angel, Beast, Iceman. If it's not Jean and Scott, who we've spent a lot of time with, when these guys come in and just speak, whether it's like as X Factor, man, am I not interested in those characters? Except unless it's Scott and Jean. Right. And it feels very much like we're giving, and the same is, you've got a team book, so you're trying to have everyone have a bit of a say, and just to your point, everyone has their moments. But a lot of things they come up with are just so less interesting than the core, which is this really Scott and Jean and like their relationship, right?
Right.
Anyway, I think that's the thing is I'm far more, and we've come across this in some of the later team with like Longshot, Dazzler sometimes. Like, what really are we meant to be invested in these characters? We're not quite sure. Some of them seem to have stronger, actually not seem to, do have stronger arcs that we're more invested in.
Agreed. I think this is where maybe I'm feeling a little spoiled by writers' rooms and maybe some TV that's done teams in an exceptional way. I'm a fan of Next Generation Star Trek. And I said that backwards, I know, but when you get at a certain point in that show, in certain episodes, you get a whole like bridge crew who each have a perspective, who each have a specialty, who each have vulnerabilities, and when they chime in together, everyone is like adding, and everyone gives grace to the other person to add their part, but everyone's part is valuable in those moments. And when there's no wasted kind of figure, and when they are, you can really feel it. You're like, okay, stop talking, whoever that is. But when you get a great group together that functions well, and they're being written well, not written at this crazy pace that assembly line comics in the 80s and 90s were, I can imagine any of those lines can go to any of those characters. Mm-hmm. Like whether Angel makes as a remark, whether Iceman says it or Beast says it, they weren't actually those characters. It's just that's where the word balloon went, Right. But it's much better when there actually is a character and they have a point of view that is unique. And that way you actually need each person to voice, and for them to kind of come to their be successful as a unit. Something really worth striving toward when writing a team book, and not easy to do.
No,
not easy.
Not easy.
And I think all the fast comics that are kind of written at an all ages or a younger audience sometimes you're just trying to get a character in, just get their voice in. But I mean, you've written now, let's just call it 14 issues,
something like that. Yeah.
Of team characters,
Mm-hmm.
eight with one team, 6 with another. And I don't know if I've ever seen you like just throw away a line to a character just to have that character speak.
Right.
But I also don't think that you've like super dwelled on everyone's perspective as these different, we've talked different times, especially with Peregrines, talked about like framework, like what perspective characters are coming from, with their age being different, with having different maybe expertise and a different role. In a smaller unit, like 4 is easier to kind of manage than 6.
Sure.
There's like no sign of it a lot of the time with the X-Men, other than Wolverine has lots of pathos, but up until now, Havoc was nothing. There was no character. Like, this is his first emotional arc. He's like losing Polaris, which he was fine with pretty quick.
He moved on pretty quickly.
But now he's going to have that chip. Like, Colossus at his best had those moments where he was like, should I kill? Should I not kill? What am I becoming? Like, those were his best things. But having Iceman, there is no Iceman character yet. And it will come. I mean, people work on it for 20 years after this. Mm-hmm. But right now, there's nothing there. And I think the cartoon did wonders for Beast, too.
Yeah, I'd agree.
A writer's room.
Mm. Yeah.
I think a little more time goes a long way. All right, should we get into 243?
I guess we should.
All right, sir. It's only been half an hour.
It's only been our regular half-an-hour intro.
It's wonderful.
You're good out there, people. You're good.
You're good wonderful. Inferno Part the 4th. Yeah. Chris Claremont's so silly. I love it. As a kid, it makes you just feel like it feels so self-important. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah, we're going to put this in. Thank you.
You guys put this up, yeah.
I'm going to remove that. Add that.
Okay. There's the cover.
I dig this cover. I love how Alex is like falling naked into the fire.
Yeah, no, I like it too. Loincloth Alex. It's good.
Yes.
It's good. Solid.
And the pose of like both Storm and Jean Grey reaching for Scott as he's like falling off. Those are great gestures.
It is.
And this also really reminds me that they're still calling her Marvel Girl. You know what I mean? Like, they needed to give her a new name so long ago.
They do. For sure. There we go.
No surprise that when they got to the TV show, they just called her Jean Grey.
All right. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor. Flip sides of the same coin. Twin incarna. No. Twin incarnations of the same woman. One the original, the other a copy. Force grown to adulthood from a clutch of stolen cells. Earlier tonight, a demon said creation wasn't big enough for the both of them. He was right.
Wow. Great splash, though. Like,
it's awesome.
It's an awesome splash.
And just talking color for a minute, like, that's flat color.
Right.
There is no variation on that purple across Goblin Queen. Just really, really strategically placed black to really get that sense of the drapery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think flat color is so beautiful. But I'm so biased. Atop the Empire State Building. I'm going to keep reading just the credits if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Stan Lee presents the 25th anniversary issue, of the Uncanny X-Men. And the 150th issue of the new X-Men. Wow.
Yeah.
By Chris Claremont, Marc Silvestri, Hilary Barta, Joe Rosen on letters. Glynis Oliver of colors. Bob Harris, editor, and Tom DeFalco, editor-in-chief. This issue is called Ashes. And Hilary Barta is guest inker. His career, his name has popped up again and again, in this time period. He has a few X-Men credits under his belt. Most notably up to this point was probably a backup story in a reprinting of Giant Size X-Men #1. I think it was called the Giant Size or the X-Men Special Edition. He inked the backup with Kitty Pryde and Ileana over Dave Cockrum pencils. But he goes on to, he's a work for hire guy through the 80s and 90s. There you go. That's my whole story about him. Inferno's burnt itself out. Everything's returning to normal the way it's supposed to be. But at a price, Beast.
We'll find you some proper clothes in a jiffy. Don't worry, Professor and Mrs. Gray.
So this is bad lettering because that's backwards.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right. Good call. And I completely read that incorrectly, but you're right.
But it still works.
It does, but yeah.
I love how they're up there naked.
They are, yeah, together.
What do you think that piece of cloth is?
Where does that cloth come from?
I don't know.
Why wasn't there another way? Why did she kill herself? You'll be okay, Longshot. Trust me. It was a demon made you and Daz and Havoc turn against us. But Absurdo would look at us. Or is that's still, Colossus.
Yeah, I think so.
Inferno has left its mark. Everything else has become as it was. Why have we X-Men not returned only to ourselves?
He didn't have the ending of his arc that I thought we were going to
No,
get.
he went off to find his sister. And the guy, kind of solo into the madness. And we don't really see what happens. He shows up in a New Mutants issue that is part of this.
I really thought his resistance to magic through his iron form, organic steel, which has iron in it.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to play a bigger role in like saving the lives of the X-Men.
Yeah,
Didn't, which is okay.
it is, but it was set up though like something was going to happen.
Yes,
and there was no follow through. Coochie coo, looking pretty good, Pumpkin. Bless your heart. With any luck, night will be to you is some bad dream that'll fade with time to nothing. Madeline, I should have saved you. Hey, Cyclops, want to hold your son? Maybe he said, want to hold your son? I bet he'd like that. Dazzler,
No! What the flamin'? I thought this mess was over. She sounds in agony, but I cannot reach her.
Force Globe. Storm. Jean's using her telekinetic power to keep us away.
Then we must find another way. Psylocke. No problem, Storm. The Psi Path still exists from when I established a telepathic rapport between us. I can use them to bypass her psychic defenses and Psi shift our astral essences into her mind. And this is still her talking. Yes. Even these spiritual simulacrums of ourselves manifest the changes wrought by Inferno. Whatever occurred, I fear its effects were more than cosmetic.
Good Lord. This is the blue area of the moon.
Where the original Phoenix died. So if you haven't read X-Men 137,
yeah,
here you go.
No, please, no. Why do we have to endure this again?
These are Jean's memories, Cyclops.
How can they be? Don't you understand, Storm? Jean wasn't there.
I love you, Scott. A part of me will always be with you.
Jean, no. Don't. No!
Scott!
Jean! See,
and this is maybe the beginning of like that whole yelling their names out over and over again. Like
always.
This feels like this is the crux of that.
It really is.
Like the cartoon trope of them just yelling names. Who do you think is talking next?
I think it might still be Psylocke.
Or Storm?
Oh, maybe Storm. Yeah,
Yes,
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah. Okay.
See, Scott, the Phoenix energy does not dissipate with her death. It rises toward the earth.
But Storm, Jean, the real Jean, the Jean who exists now. She was in suspended animation. In the cocoon Phoenix placed her in long before this happened. How could she know all this?
However, before anyone can begin even to frame an answer, Shadam! Merciful goddess!
Who the devil is that?
Storm, my friends, this entity is destroying the memories. Even if the body lives, the mind, conscious and subconscious, spirit and soul will be completely obliterated. I like how he comes in, he's like smiling.
Yeah, he's ready to party.
Oh, yeah. That is probably Storm from the look of the ponytail.
I think so too.
We are within Jean's mind. It is she who will be slain. She must have sensed this attack. That was why she cried out. It also explains her telekinetic wall. She's defending herself as best she can. But how'd that monster gain access? And Psylocke, even though Jean's lost her telepathic powers, she's far from helpless.
Is that Cyclops? Or...
Sure.
She still possesses the Psi shield she built with Professor Xavier. Why aren't they protecting her?
Hey, do you ever want to go to a Psi restaurant and eat a Psi burger with the Psi fries?
You know, I have.
You see the Psi signal and then answer the Psi phone and drive in the Psi mobile?
Watch out for cyclones. It's great.
Stop calling everything Psi something. It feels cheap. Why aren't they protecting her? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
The answer, Cyclops, is all around us. Jean Grey's mind, not her memories. From the evidence, Ms. Grey evidently Psi-bonded with Madeline when they fought, merging Madeline's psychic essence with her own. It appears, Cyclops, as though you and the lady had your moments.
See, now it should say C issue, whichever the one is the horniest date.
Oh, yeah.
The debut of John Romita Jr. So it seemed at the time. But Madeline claimed none of that was real. She kept referring to herself as a broodmare, whose only purpose was to bear my child, for a man called Sinister. What the heck made me so special?
Perhaps not you alone, Cyclops, but you and Madeline. You have all remarked on her uncanny resemblance to Jean Grey. Now that I have met the woman, I understand why. But has anyone considered that resemblance may be more than skin deep? Oh, yeah.
Oh. You don't know the half of it.
See, that's gross. Because you know things.
He does. He has intimate knowledge.
He does. He does. That's terrible. I can't believe you said that.
Jeez.
Two separate women, as different as can be, yet in every primal respect identical. Lots more memory shards up ahead.
And these appear to be exclusively genes. Incredible. The line of demarcation is Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
Glad to see you're paying attention. Look alive, troops. There's someone on the porch. We're expected. What the That's right, Wolverine. With a welcome, you more than richly deserve.
Madeline, as the Goblin Queen. But she's dead. Unless, oh my lord, no. She somehow managed to take over Jean's mind. Wolfooch.
Yeah.
This may be a psychic environment, but our astral bodies still feel physical pain.
I'm sorry.
That's Jean, as she was when Professor Xavier founded the X-Men.
Oh, Scott, please forgive me. I didn't mean to do that. I couldn't help myself. I've lost control. It's terrifying. My own mind's rebelling against me. Of course, the result of trying to integrate two powerfully individual psyches. Sounds like Rogue's bailiwick. What she goes through whenever she uses her power. Yes, it does. Psylocke, can you bring her in here with us? She should be able to show Jean how to restore order. Won't be easy, I'm afraid, given Rogue's exceptional natural resistance to telepathy. Storm, something's wrong. I can't broadcast out of Jean's mind or withdraw my astral self. Some force is blocking me.
Can't have you leaving the party, my dear, before it's well and truly over.
Scott, that memory! It's gone!
Ho, ho, ho.
How do you know it's gone?
How do you know it's gone? Yeah. Well, he's so sinister, he's taking your memories.
If that entity is not stopped, my friends, he will quickly do the same to Jean's memories.
An admirably spectacular display, Wind Rider, but oh so ultimately futile. This is a psychic plane, you silly woman, where your purely physical powers are less than useless. But once I consume your essence, you'll effectively cease to exist. A tabula rasa storm, a blank slate, the emptiest of vessels, which I will then fill to the brim, reshaping you in my psychic image, as I will with Ms. Gray once I've done the same with what?
Taking victory for granted, creature, is an oft-fatal mistake. Psylocke's checked him, but I don't know for how long. And there's Zippo we can do to help.
We don't even know what the devil we're up against.
Apt choice of words, lover, calling him a devil. My very own, when he and I first met.
Madeline?
In the form, if not the flesh. Brute calls himself Mr. Sinister. That's his screen name and his avatar name and his vanity plates. It's super douchey. His hobby's cloning redheads.
Can you do anything to help?
Why should I? If I do nothing, I win. I get my revenge. I'm already dead, remember? Sinister's just administering his own special coup de grace. Or coup de grace. This way, I get to take with me some of the people I hate most in all creation. Not a bad bargain, don't you think?
No, I don't. You can't. I won't let you.
Stop me then, lover, if you're able. By all means, take your best shot.
And what about your son? He'll be an orphan, Madeline, at Sinister's mercy. You think you got out of a decent chance of life? Lady, you break my heart. You've had blessings I'd give my soul for. And you and Dark Phoenix have done things I'd give that same soul to prevent. You say you're nothing of your own but hate. Well, whose choice was that? It didn't have to be that way. It still doesn't.
You still don't understand. You may be as God made you. I had a different creator. No! That is the cheapest of excuses, and you will not hide behind it. Creation is but the first step along the road of life. You make the decisions for what comes next. You bear the responsibility for the paths you choose. This is weird to read because
It is.
I want to just continue along the top, then the bottom, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Have you no pride, woman? No regard at all? If not for who you are, then who you might yet be? Why are you fighting us when your true foe is the monster who made you his tool? And he is not done. Madeline Pryor has no being save that which resides in your memories, and he is erasing them, expunging you as though you had never been. He used you in the worst ways possible, and still you wish to do his bidding? It's easy to preach strength and independence, but look at the cost. I wanted so much to be my own woman, Aurora. I was so terrified of what the Phoenix offered. I denied it with every fiber of my being. Dark Phoenix was one result, the Goblin Queen the other. Maybe it's better things end here once and for all. Easy, darling. Rest easy, you'll be okay. Blast. Outside my own body, no way to draw on its physical reserves. Sinister. Too strong. You did fine, darling. Wolverine, I failed. Doesn't matter. You did your best. Game's out of our hands now.
How right you are, child. By clinging to what you have, who you are, you risk racing down the same pathways to damnation. Let me break that terrible circle. Yield to my oblivion. Let me strip you of the memories and identity that have caused nothing but anguish. Start anew, child, afresh. Be born again in the best sense of the word.
No. You lose, Sinister. This is my mind, my soul, my life, and I mean to keep them to myself. As her voice turns into Wolverine's voice. Allie was just pointing out that the last page looked almost like unfinished, with a lot of characters just being in that yellow, that like 25%.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Page. But I get what they were going for too.
Sure.
Okay, so all of a sudden, Jean is unlocked now?
The Goblin Queen as a memory within Jean?
Or the memory of Jean within the Goblin Queen? I don't know. I'm not sure who... Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure right now. Let's keep going.
Okay. Rough time, sweetie. Things not quite go according to plan. Alert the others, Polaris. We are shortly to have company.
I like that drawing of him for some reason. That looks just like some goth dude. Not like a bad Colossus or something. There's something else there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to punch him in the face, but
sure.
I just like the emotion in that drawing. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Are you certain, Jean? This is Sinister's location? Professor Xavier's school. Man as brass, taking over our old place. I don't share your admiration, Wolverine. And yes, Storm, I'm certain. I picked it from Sinister's mind during our final confrontation.
But can that information be trusted? Suppose he allowed you to scan it, to lead us into a trap. No sign of any opposition on the ground, Psylocke.
Nor any hostile thought patterns, Rogue. Either no one is about, or they are superbly hidden. I shall pass the word. I like the idea that there is like this confrontation at this location after all this. Like we're now going to the final boss, the final lair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their home. Like I'm down with setting up here. I also like the idea of Cyclops flying in this giant pose, just balls in the wind, just flying out of there.
Just doing it. Just
feeling
asking to be squared. Just yeah. Oops. There we go.
So here's like a line that Warren says, and it doesn't have to be Warren, right?
No, exactly.
It could be anything, anybody.
Sinister isn't making this easy for us. Do you really think he would, Warren?
Only one way to be sure, the old-fashioned way. Hardest and best, up close and personal. Like that is Wolverine. We're going to get him close. I'm going to kill this guy.
Yes.
That is a perspective. Your loft's looking pretty bare, Storm. The world believes us X-Men to be dead, my friend, remember? I suspect all our rooms are the same.
Surely, Storm, you can't intend continuing that deception.
At least my flowers have been removed to safety. They will not be endangered.
It's a great crouch of Wolverine there.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And there's the colorist is trying something, too. Like the light coming from underneath.
Yes.
Is illuminating
from the stairwell, yeah.
Yeah, very good. What about us, darling? We, darling, can take care of ourselves, and if necessary, flee harm's way. Not this time, Storm. Not against this foe.
What's with you, Jean? I've never known you to be so...
Bloodthirsty? Is that the word you're looking for, Scott? You're right. Madeline's a part of me now. I know her every bit as well as I do myself. Because in a sense, she is myself.
Oh, now I'm really confused.
Okay, dude. It's totally easy to understand, all right?
Yeah, just yeah.
I'm going to just tease you for a second.
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity is a complicated kind of paradoxical thing.
Sure.
But yet it kind of just rests in a beautiful poetry. So there you go, man. Okay? This is just like that.
This is just like the Holy Trinity. Gotcha.
Phoenix, Jean Grey, and Goblin Queen. It's the same.
Yeah.
And you can take that to the bank.
That's right.
All right. No, nonsense, Jason. I know. Sinister stole a piece of me and used it to create her. He gave her a life that was a lie, and when he had no more use for it, he threw her away. Is it any wonder she was so full of hate? For him, for us, all the things we take for granted, home and family and friends, she never had. Sinister created life, Scott. It was nothing to him. He simply didn't care. Do I have to keep reading? Oh my God. I don't think I ever understood the true meaning of evil before. We use that word so casually, devaluing it every time. But Sinister is evil. I know that. To the depth of my soul, my heart and soul. Nothing matters so long as he remains free. If being who we are, X-Men and X-Factor, both, whatever we choose to call ourselves, means anything, if we're to be true to the dream that led Charles Xavier to found this school for gifted youngsters and gather us together, if we really are heroes, Sinister has to be stopped.
Storm. She means...
Yes, Scott, I know.
She's acting more like Wolverine than Wolverine.
This once, my friend, with good reason. I've telepathically altered the others, Rogue. I've telepathically alerted the others, Rogue, that we've entered the hangar complex beneath the estate grounds. As before, if anyone's here, their thoughts are cloaked from my psi scan.
Then you watch yourself, Psylocke. Here, I'm super strong and pretty near invulnerable. You ain't. Changes Inferno made your armor may be more cosmetic. Outfit may not be as tough as it used to be.
I can take care of myself, Rogue.
Just leave the rust stuff to me, sugar. That's all I'm saying.
It's neat to see these tunnels, just in the sense of the way they're drawn, much more like what we see underneath the mansion in the cartoon, in terms of the architecture.
Right.
Like the kind of like octagonal shape, not actually right angles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you see those yellow slits there?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think that is? Yoda?
Yeah. I'm going to start talking some backwards nonsense right now.
Nice.
It's going to be great.
All right. Do I need to explain what this giant rectangle is?
Well, maybe it might be a benefit. Just
all right. So X Factor inherited a giant spaceship that belonged to Apocalypse.
Gotcha.
And it's the size of a skyscraper, and it has the dome on it from Superman 1 and 2 on Krypton that opens up. Where I almost called it the Siege Perilous. Oh my god. Come on, man. What's that prison they get sucked into?
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone, that pane of glass comes in. So that's the giant dome that opens at the start of Superman 1. Ooh, and then the thing comes in. Go watch that movie. It's really good. But that's what's there.
And it's also, it's like telepathic or something. It communicates to the ship can communicate to its hosts or something.
And it has a really good name.
Okay.
Do you remember what its name is?
Apocalypse 1?
Well, we'll see. See if it comes up. Meanwhile, this vessel your home, Beast? Oh, sorry, I should have let you do that one, but I'm moving on. We sort of mutually adopted each other, Professor Gray. Unfortunately, its core programming won't allow anyone who isn't a mutant to go inside. But I'm sure it can facsimile a habitat for you on the hull.
That will be my pleasure. Professor and Mrs. Gray, you and your grandson are most welcome. Goodness, it speaks. Merely one of many talents, madam. Excuse me, Beast, but how many of you are there?
4 adults, 1 baby. Why?
I have positive locks on you and the Greys, but only the vaguest ghost image of something positioned to your immediate left.
My fault, sorry. We X-Men were sort of invisible to sensors. Neat trick. Okay, Professor, Mrs. Gray, the ship will look after and protect you till our return, which will be, hopefully, ASAP. With all due respect, young man, suppose the worst. If you feel more comfortable, Longshot can stay with you. Why me? It's your ship, Beast. Wouldn't it feel happier with you here? My place is with my team, kiddo. Isn't mine as well? That's the question, isn't it? I'm afraid, Beast. The demon Nastier tore away my humanity. He made my luck something wicked and made me like it. I enjoy using it to hurt people. Suppose that's still the case. Suppose I'm still the nasty man he made me. By the way, please, from now on, call me Nasty Man.
Nasty Man. That's actually what Havoc was called when he had no clothes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, the X-Men need me most. Suppose I betray them. Worse. Suppose they call me Nasty Man.
Nasty Man. Suppose Nasty Man comes out and plays. The spur of the Morlock system leads from the tunnels beneath Manhattan to Comrade Professor Xavier's estate. We've covered nearly the whole 40 miles, guys, without a problem. Do you figure we took care of Sinister's marauders when we fought him in the city?
Not at all, Songbird. Not hardly. Yoruski, remember my name. It's blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm sorry, Blockbuster.
What happened to him? He looks like a demon. Must be Inferno. Whatever transformed him didn't wear off when the prime spell was broken. Just like with us. Better put him on ice before he does any more damage.
Get it?
Get it?
Because he's Iceman.
Because he's nasty, man.
Oh, yeah. You think this can stop me, Snowboy? I almost called him Cowboy. Burn.
Cowboy.
That's a laugh. I'm bigger and stronger than ever. Ain't nothing can hold me or keep me from busting you all to bits.
Ow.
Spacam. Oh, baby. Love your light show. Really tickles my funny bone.
That's a full-bore photon blast. Solid light so strong it'd smash a tank. I'm having no effect.
Gotcha. Gonna have some fun, cutie honey sweetie pie. You sing sweet for me, gal, or I'll make you scream.
Huh? Well, he's Havoc. You did what was necessary, Dazzler, to save your lives. But I thought you never always so afraid of your power. I've changed.
I'm now Nasty Man.
Nasty, call me Nasty Man. But I do like him just one shot blow his head off.
Yeah. And it's so much cooler also, like, if he uses the fist pose.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Right?
Yeah, like plasma punches.
Jeez. Just put all that cosmic energy into the guy's head.
Totally.
Wow.
The Hangar Bay.
Psylocke. Sabretooth. Too late, Frail. Whatever you do to me, there's no way you can keep me from ripping out your pretty partner's throat. My claws may not be adamantium like that runt Wolverine's. They cut just as deep. Huh?
Even being of such primal ferocity and raw animal passion as you, Sabretooth, has a brain. And mine is the telepathic power to unlock all that mind's defenses, reach in the core of your being, and deal with you, Marauder, as you deserve.
Drat. I wanted that pleasure.
Hardly a ladylike reaction.
Ain't no lady, sugar.
If you're so bound and determined, Rogue, next time, he's all yours. It's, there's been a couple of tussles now with Sabretooth where he has not been as formidable.
No.
Like the first couple times, he was really a problem.
Yeah.
And now he's been handled in a page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah, I like those 3 middle panels for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. But yeah, you kind of, I mean, maybe suggest that they're getting better. They're getting stronger, right? The X-Men.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Upstairs in the mansion, that outcry, Jean. Lady's full of surprises. Didn't know she knew that kind of language.
Your influence, probably.
What do you think she said, by the way?
Oof.
Okay.
I'm sure it was pretty bad.
She could do worse, bub. Sound and scent place her in the other wings attic.
We always use that for storage.
We also, during our tenure.
She doesn't look hurt, thank heaven. What a mess. Jean, are you all right?
No. He's been through everything. In this attic, our rooms, the professor's office, every nook and cranny, every personal, private moment of our lives.
Simply to smash it all. Is Sinister that petty?
This isn't wanton destruction, Flyboy. Just the residue of a thorough search made by someone who figured he didn't need to be neat.
Makes sense. To defeat your enemy, you have to know him. And now he lives, gives you insight into how he thinks. It tells you where he may or may not be vulnerable. It gives you the edge, allows you to dominate the field and spring surprises.
To places with that. This is our home, Scott. How dare he? Shazam!
I think that's Polaris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Moliche. Sinister makes his own rules, babes, and does as he pleases. So do I.
Polaris!
What? But she's an X-Man. Why is she attacking us? X-Men, sweetie. Bad guys made me an offer. Too darn delicious to refuse.
She's been possessed, taken over by a psychic marauder. Name of Maliche. Name of Malice.
It's pronounced Maliche. Hardly as cut and dry as all that, Wooly. What I did was bring out the true malice in Laura Dane's soul and help her become the woman she secretly always yearned to be. Hey, honey, let's find out just how strong that supposedly unbreakable skeleton of yours really is. Hey, honey, let's not.
Okay, Sykes optic blast bounced the javelin broadside to me. Now I can use my claws to bits. Allie says, when Sabretooth was held in the mansion in Volume 2, I always waited for the story to nod to their interactions like this. In a very shallow way, I guess it did.
Nice moves, bunkies. They won't save you. Quite the opposite, in fact. My magnetic powers control the shrapnel as easily as the original mass. I'll simply have them flee the flesh from your Oh?
Not while I'm around, Polaris. Young woman, we have had quite enough of you and your master.
Ooh, so rough trade. High school confidential. I'd love it. You got me, Butch. What are you going to do with me, huh? Can't do anything to the marauder malice without harming your precious Polaris.
If there is a way to separate the two of you, then we shall find it. If not...
You're not serious. Storm, you can't. We've combed the entire estate. Aside from the 3 marauders, there's no sign of Sinister. He may have come and gone, abandoning his flunkies to their fate.
There is one way to be certain. Psylocke, we require a full-range telepathic probe of Polaris' mind. Free her if you can, but of paramount importance is that we discover everything she knows about Mr. Sinister.
No! You don't understand. The bond's unbreakable. We're not 2 beings anymore. We become a gestalt. We're one. What you're talking about, it'll kill me.
It is you who does not understand, Marauder. That does not matter. It doesn't have to be this way, Polaris. Save yourself. Help us.
You're crazy. You don't know Sinister. It'd mean my life.
Your choice, babe.
Alex, for mercy's sake, don't let them do this. For all we were, for all we might be again, please. Havoc, I love you. Then prove it. Talk.
Boom.
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 Hey, you see
Yeah,
that ad for the video cassettes?
damn right I do.
And this is
89.
1989, and both video it's still $20 for a video. It's not
Yeah.
cheap.
No, it was too expensive for me to even do that,
Right.
even though getting that video was the only thing I could think about every minute of every day was finding a video store that had it or a way to order it.
Right.
It was so important to me. I had the book of the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way that the video was obviously, an adaptation of.
Sure.
Seeing the X-Men in a cartoon for 22 minutes, it seemed like the most important thing in the world to me. And yeah, we found it at the video store and it was the best. You and I have done a video on that.
There you go. I'm just kind of shocked at the price point.
Yeah.
You know? You could have warned me and risked their telepath plucking that information from your mind. Don't be ridiculous. I could have been killed, but you weren't, child. I'm not your blasted child, Sinister, and I won't be used as bait. I'll use you, child, as I do everyone, for my own ends. Well, what have we here? Jean Grey, alive. What matter that I've lost the replicant, now that I've the original to play with? Hate to burst your bubble, Bunky, but I doubt the heroes are going to be too thrilled about you heisting their favorite redhead. No problem. They're all here. X-Men and X-Factor both. All helpless. Kill them.
Only if you kill me first.
Long shot, is it? Your wish, X-Man, is our command and our pleasure.
Ashes to ashes. To be concluded in X Factor 39, Dust to Dust.
Wow.
And then, and in X-Men 244, something completely different, Ladies' Night.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, see, that part is blacked out of my copy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night.
So good.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I really love the ending of the house blowing up, like the whole thing being a trap, and then they're just being long shot.
Yeah.
As now it feels as though his journey of like being a shithead and turning into a bad version of himself and doubting everything. He had one scene where he doubts, but now I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of the question, of course, that I love when I'm watching or reading is I don't know how they're going to win. Like I don't see it yet.
Right.
I like that they're painted into a corner. I still don't know what Sinister's power set is. I cannot tell.
Except blowing up houses. I agree with you. Like, if you didn't know any better, and you and I have been trying to figure out the long shot angle, if it was all leading to this moment where the X-Men are and X-Factor are completely down, and there's like the one member standing left who has gone through some self-crisis piece and is doubting themselves and has shown up to be the thing that stands in the way. I'm down for that.
Me too. Obviously, they could have done a better job setting it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
But now that we're here, I do I like it. But also, if you wanted Jean Grey this whole time, like, couldn't he have gotten Jean Grey this whole time?
Couldn't he Jean Grey? Yeah, you think. You
know? I don't understand.
I don't. And so here we go. So now X-Men 243. And so you got to pick up X Factor to figure out what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and it's not an oversized issue.
Right.
Do you want me to just plug my phone in and make a camera so we can just flip through it?
Try.
Try, he says.
Try.
Just throw some stuff on the ground.
Throw on the ground.
Art for another project. Yeah, can you talk and kind of stall?
Sure, yeah, okay, here we go. So, aside from being the lone hero to stand between Mr. Sinister and, world domination or capture Jean Grey, Longshot is also going to sing the Never Ending Story theme song.
What?
For us all. That's how he's going to do it. Because now I hope that's playing in all of your heads out there. And we pronounce that artist's name how?
Kajagoogoo?
No, he was with Kajagoogoo.
What are we talking about?
The guy who the design of Longshot is clearly based on.
Yeah.
I think it's Limal. Limal? Yes. Limal. Christopher Hamill, known professionally as Limhal. You asked me to stall. English pop singer. He was a lead singer of Kajagoogoo before embarking on a solo career with the 1984 hit The Never Ending Story.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't know if that's held up. Can't say. Haven't seen it in a while.
Hold on.
Although I did see someone make a comment on a meme on a story about a horse that was in the mud and a woman saved the horse, and someone wrote, "That's how you do it, Atreyu." And I thought that was kind of funny.
That is very funny.
Yeah. Haha. Exactly, Ali. That's exactly what a Longshot is. Too shy.
I am adjusting the cam.
What are you doing?
I'm making it so that it's...
I can only stall for so long. The never-ending story. I mean, I guess we could talk about the sequel and the third one. I don't know. But they're coming. Were you a fan of that movie as a kid?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Big time, yeah. The Nothing was pretty terrifying.
This is not going to be pretty.
Okay.
I'm almost there.
Almost.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I should have set it up ahead of time.
Well, yeah, but we're on the fly, right? On the fly.
You're a fly.
Nice.
Almost
I feel like he should be at a fan expo in the future.
Kajagoogoo?
Yeah. Hey, for everyone out there, by the way, just in terms of fan expo, we were talking about like highlights and things. One thing I thought was pretty cool, just because we hadn't seen him before the show, and he had a huge lineup, and rightfully so, because his creations for this universe are now like the stories that Disney is telling as part of the Star Wars series. But Timothy Zahn, who wrote the Heir to the Empire Star Wars novels in the 90s, was, I don't know, around the corner from us?
Yeah, he was across the way. It was crazy.
And just had a consistent, nonstop lineup of people who, I guess they just re-released the Heir to the Empire. Then he's done some prequels to that. He's expanded on the Thrawn mythology. So anyway, all to say, any Star Wars Heir to the Empire fans out there from the 90s, I thought it was pretty cool to see a writer of books, like not even comics, there, and like just the love for him was insane. It was cool.
Agreed. Unfortunately, I'm unable to zoom in.
Okay.
From this camera, like this view.
Right. But, so there's Longshot about to sing the song.
Yes.
Turn around.
Oh my God.
But he does something. Okay, so all that buildup we just said. How cool would it be if there was all building up to this one moment where Longshot gets a bit of a moment, right? And it's all undone in the first page and a half, as he basically just playing possum, so Beast can drop kick Sinister from behind.
And it's now just one character after another,
right,
reviving.
Right.
And we don't know what his power set is still. He can zap people.
He zaps people. And then they all have this moment And
Like,
it turns
slow
out that Sinister, they all fight Sinister, and he, he fights them back. And
each one at a time joins the fray.
Yeah. And there's something about Scott, and Scott is not able to release his optic blasts. And it looks like now Scott, it's revealed that Sinister's always been there in the orphanage, right? In the hospital, it says, actually, when he opened his eyes. And Sinister basically took Scott, and they said he'd been in a coma for a year, but he was, I guess, experimenting on him or doing something.
So Claremont is inserting Sinister into the backstory.
Yeah, well, not Claremont. He's not even writing this.
You're right.
Louise Simonson is.
But I think there's consensus.
Sure, there's conversation, sure. And then he has like these, just like how, just exactly like how Xavier has these like these blocks, and other people, Sinister has one in Scott that kind of controls him. Havoc tries to help his brother out, and doesn't go well.
More fighting, warps Colossus around.
Throws him around.
More of this backstory.
Yep, of keeping Scott. And Sinister is the one who invented the ruby quartz glasses. Finally, I was forced to resort to physical controls. Ruby quartz glasses, which would hold back your optic blast. Wow. You were my first failure. So Wolverine gets a little touchy. Psylocke silences all the team.
I like this moment that Wolverine pokes her with one claw. It's like,
yeah,
hey, wake up.
Exactly. I don't like this though. You see those faces though?
These faces.
Yeah, like there's not enough differentiation amongst them. That I feel like they're all the same face.
Okay, there's a thing that is called same face syndrome.
Same face syndrome. Okay.
Yes.
I think I had that in high school.
No, you have it with your family in the sweetest way. You and your brother and your dad and your mom, and like you guys look like a family. It's so cute.
Right.
No, but in art, when people draw other people's faces the same, it's nicknamed same face syndrome.
Same face syndrome. Gotcha. And then they all take a shot at Sinister, and Angel's paralysis knives finally take out Maliche, which frees up Colossus, and and Wolverine, and they all go for Sinister.
Like, come on, what's going on here?
It's a match now.
Like, how powerful is he or isn't he? I don't know.
We don't know. And then
Storm gets Jean out of the way.
And she creates a storm, which then Iceman uses to I've got enough moisture, I'm going to freeze some stuff, which allows Wolverine, who's still half demon according to his costume, to take out Havoc. And then out of nowhere, I don't even think they resolve it, Sabretooth shows up. Sabretooth. And those two.
Yeah, and while Beast is freeing Havoc, Wolverine's done with Sabretooth. It happens off panel.
Yeah, off panel. Yeah. Showed him a fast draw special.
How weak must this guy be now that he one stat done?
And then look how sexy Havoc is in the first panel.
This is the greatest
sexy Havoc. And they're gonna fight even though they can't hurt each other with their special powers. What else happens? Finally, and then here's Longshot again. Gets throw some knives, and he starts, and then Sinister starts taking advantage of Jean and kind of grossly kissing her, and Alex is like, "See, Scott, see what Sinister will do to her. See, Scott." And then Scott finally, no. And then he unleashes a full blast and obliterates Mr. Sinister.
Okay, this is awesome.
That is awesome.
But I still don't get it.
And then Havoc still doesn't have pants on.
They hug it out.
They hug it out, and then X Factor and X-Men part their ways. X-Men go back. Gateway opens the gateway. And X Factor is like, cool. Well, we'll continue being X Factor. It's a whole new world out there. And there you are.
Chris.
Yes.
Come on, man. This is brutal.
So I guess the main thing that happens in that issue is that Cyclops obliterates what we think Mr. Sinister is, like, into skeleton, and then blows that up too.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think this was a good comic.
Well, I'm not sure. We were confused many times. Many times. But guess what? Ladies' Night is next.
So bringing it back to the beginning.
Okay.
Is this for Inferno? Is it anything? Is it just smoke? It feels like
it does a couple of things.
It was just action figures in the sandbox, smashing them together in different configurations.
Sure.
So I still don't know now that it's over.
Yes.
What is the deal with Madeline? Is she's dead? Okay, so
yes.
She's dead.
She's gone.
Gone.
She's gone.
But a bit of her is in Jean Grey intimately now, like in her mind. Phoenix is kind of back a little bit. Madeline's in there in some sort of way. The Inferno part of it's done. Sinister is dead, but you know, yeah. X-Men are going back to Australia for some reason. Like, why bother now? But we'll see. I mean, X Factor should be rattled to their core with Scott and Jean. Like,
yeah.
I did not enjoy this the first time when I was a kid. I didn't enjoy it now at all.
I think it does a few things. I'm not sure if the ramifications are strong, but like, so you've got, so it closes off, it wraps up the Madeline Pryor, who is she, who isn't she? Like, it's a story that looks to do that, right? Regardless of how it's actually laid out and, demons and stuff. It's like, how do we wrap up the Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey thing? It's clearly they're looking for a way to do that. And at the same time, we're going to look to introduce what we think is be the next big bad. And they do both those things. I don't know if there's much payoff beyond that, right?
Yeah, Ali says compared with Days of Future Past, God Loves Man Kills, Everything Phoenix, it falls way short. But alone, right. Would it be worthwhile? Like, it feels like when you think of Days of Future Past being 2 issues, and Dark Phoenix Saga kind of, was not that many actually. It's maybe about 4 or 5 that it's really intense.
Yeah.
This feels like a bloated mess of not enough story, but the idea, like you're saying, of getting everything with Madeline out there, having her get pushed over her edge, turning the city, like merging with magic and to make this a hellscape of some kind, and Sinister in the same story. Maybe you do like separate. I don't know. I'm not sure. The Sinister at the end feels tacked on and like.
Well, and especially in the last 15 pages, we have this reveal that Sinister has been in Scott's life too the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, make it up as they're going along. I mean, there's a lot of that feeling. I don't understand what everyone's reverence in fandom seems to be about Inferno being a big deal. It seems to be like a revelation in terms of exposition, but it doesn't seem like there is a story to tell of anything meaningful, worthy of being a huge crossover event and getting a whole episode on the cartoon about it. Like, I'm glad it's over.
Well, the best is yet to come.
Well,
Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night. I'm excited. Do you know whose first appearance it is?
No.
We're into it, buddy.
Key issue, man. Key issue.
It is.
Cool.
So next week, Ladies' Night, we're back on with Silvestri and Green, I believe.
Okay.
Should I spoil whose first appearance it is?
Is it a future X-Man? Cool.
We'll see, and we'll see how cool or not cool she is. And she's so famous for being a Jim Lee character, but it's not Jim Lee.
Right.
It's Silvestri. But Jim Lee, we'll see. Like, okay, we're gonna see next week. Jubilee without Jim Lee. What's there? It might be Jubilee without Carrie Kelly Rodden.
Right. So
let's see if the glasses are there. Let's see if the hair is there. Let's see if the raincoat is there. The color scheme. Let's find out. We'll see how many of those pieces are in place.
Okay.
There you go. I wish I had been a little smoother with the different cam, but
well,
I don't know. Sorry, dudes. I'm not at my best.
We'll let it go this time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And that brings us to the end.
It does.
Of another episode of Previously in X-Men.
And our 8-week journey through Inferno, whatever it is.
Slog. Thank you to my good buddy, writer of Group of 7, A Most Secret Tale and Peregrines, Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, buddy.
My pleasure. You can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances at group7comics.ca. Follow us at Group of 7 Comics on social media. Please send me medicine for my throat.
Seriously.
I hope this has not been too hard for you guys all to listen to. It has been a strain, as you can tell, but I hope it hasn't been too bad for you on the ear bones. Please click like and subscribe on the video and share with us your take on this issue or issues or any X-Men comics in the comments section below. Go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD-ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Thank you, bubs. Stay Xy.
Have a great night, folks.
Thank you very much. I promise I'll feel better next week.